Hello and welcome back to another video. What you are about to see is disturbing. It is not my usual type of content. In this video, you will see me get very angry. So let me give you the backstory. About 2 weeks ago, I received an email from a group called Mystic Visions about their book called The Pillars of Wisdom. Now, I get emails from authors and publishers all the time, and I always respond the same way. Cool, yeah, send me your book. I will check it out and get back to you. Now, when I received this book and I started to look through it, what I found was the most racist, hateful, misogynist, homophobic, transphobic, white supremacist garbage nonsense that I have ever encountered in my entire life. It is disgusting beyond belief. The same day that I went to go make a video about this, the author of the book requested a meeting with me. What you are about to see is that meeting uncut. Now, I don't know how long this video will be allowed to be up on YouTube. This person claims to be some kind of lawyer, and I'm sure they don't like what I'm about to say about them and their book. So please like, share, subscribe. Heavy emphasis on the share. Share this with everyone you know who's in any way involved in occultism or astrology or is in the new age sphere, anything. Just share this with everyone you know because we want to expose these people and the hateful fucking rhetoric that they are attempting to spread and attempting to spread through my channel. How dare you, Dan? After the interview, I'll give some final thoughts. And thank you very much for your support. Thank you for sharing the video. I would say enjoy, but there's really nothing to enjoy about this. Here we go.
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Hey, yeah, you there?
Yeah. We're good?
Yeah. Do you have your are you able to turn your video on?
Yeah, I can turn on my video. That's what I look like.
Yeah. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So there was this Weaving Spiders podcast. They're like an esoteric podcast by like blue collar people. They recommended me your channel. And then I mailed you my book to
Yeah.
Canada, right?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. I talked to you in email.
Yeah, and so my deal right now, I think you know that we're in a political economic realignment.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal with my book and my goal with contacting you is to um, basically combine different genres into a new formulation, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. So there's, I think you're aware of the American election. So I think on the other side of this American political election, there's going to be a big social realignment, where people are going to start affiliating with new like products or commodities or services, right? Um, and I think there's a lot of things that were more niche, which are going to start cycling into the center, and the current stuff that's in the center is going to start shifting out, right? And I hope you appreciated, let's say, my combination of gender theory with your occult themes, which I know you're keen on and you understand very well, and psychoanalysis. And I think this new formulation is something that can help us reach broader audiences,
Mm-hmm.
and give everyone more substance and content. Because I know that a lot of times we're all in our niches, and those niches can be very incestuous, and then we get locked into a narrow, like, all the occult people are looking for other occult, let's say, consumers, right? Whereas if you could start edging your way into psychoanalysis or edging your way into gender, that expands your market share, right? And now we all have more stuff to talk about, right? Um, so I don't know. I just wanted, I wanted to reach out, figure out how we could get that going, and then through that, ideally, I think the most important thing is everyone grows their market share, and then everyone is able to provide more to their, let's say, patrons. That is that a correct?
Sure.
Um, so yeah, I think there's that. I think, um, yeah, I guess that's kind of my intro for you. Um, I just want to hear your thoughts
Yeah.
and what our
Well, the
next
book
steps are.
is, really well done. It's beautifully bound. There's beautiful artwork in it. So it seems like you must have some, pretty good funding behind everything you're doing. Was it self-published?
Yeah, self-published. Self-published, and I mean the main thing is that I'm a lawyer in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
and so my background is I'm really good at reading, and so I was able to get a whole bunch of people together to um compile, like, I wanted a breadth and a depth, and so really not that much funding,
Mm-hmm.
but really, I think there's a lot of people who um, there's a lot of people who have excess time, and maybe instead of investing it in Netflix, they'll
Mm-hmm.
invest it into like little research projects. And I think the professional class of lawyers and chemists, they're underworked, especially in this digital economy. So if you make friends with them, they can contribute labor. So I would say I'm well funded in that I have a lot of friends who can help me research things,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And there were many
Um,
authors contributing, right?
there's a lot of authors contributing, because like I did a lot of the style, but when there's these very in-depth topics that unless you marinated there for years and years and years, you just can't write to the specificity that you need, right? So I thought, okay, well, like, if I make it in a big tag team, then I can bring more value into the book, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
How big's the organization or the group? Like, is it a lot of people? Are you a small group? Are you a
like right now there's about what, like 8 people here in Mexico with me, and
Mhm.
then I have clients, and so those clients, I'll
You
ask
do
them questions.
coaching
So
and consulting?
yeah, I do coaching and consulting. It's mostly along the lines of psychoanalysis,
Hmm.
but one of the unique things that I do is I double monetize my clients. So what does
Hmm.
that mean? That means that, one, yeah, they pay me for my consulting, right? But during my consulting, I'll ask them questions,
Hmm.
right? And so there's a very specific article about like how to measure your penis, right? And
Hmm.
it was a joke about like you shouldn't be measuring your penis; it's stupid. But the guy who helped me is an industrial chemist,
Hmm.
and so he helped me design that process, so it's very detailed, and that adds to the humor, right?
Yeah, there's like a
So
ton of humor and satire throughout it's a theme of the book.
because I think that the topics that you and I discuss can be very dark, and it's hard to be in that mind space for a long time. So so to ease it up with humor makes
Mhm.
it more digestible. right? Because if we are talking about economic, social transition or psychological transformation, uh, how can you stay in that for a long time without being emotionally overburdened, right?
Right.
So I think, my I guess proposal was to bring you psychoanalysis so it could help you on your end, and then to bring psychoanalysis to you, and then to bring you towards the psychoanalysis people, right? So that
Right.
way,
But you're a lawyer. That's not you said you're a lawyer, right? Not a psychiatrist.
I have a law degree, which I don't use. So by training, I'm a lawyer, but I've been psychoanalysis, if that makes sense. Like lawyer read a lot, right? So
Right. Okay.
I
Self-trained
just
in
read.
psychoanalysis. Right. Okay. So I've got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
question, right off the bat. In one of the chapters of your book, I don't have it right in front of me, but it says when a woman is R-worded, that it's not a transgression against the woman, it's a transgression against the man who has claimed her. Is that the message that you think young men need today?
So that's a legal statement. You see what I'm saying? It's not a moral statement. So when the state is prosecuting you, not on behalf of the woman, the state is prosecuting you on behalf of you stepping on the state's property, if that makes sense.
The property of the state?
So sees every human being as its property,
Right, but
right?
the sentence is very clear, right? It's not about all people. It says if a woman is R-worded, it's not a transgression
Right.
against the woman, it's a transgression against the man who claimed her. So is the spirit of that message, is that the
The
message
spirit of that message,
Mhm.
the spirit of that message is the state views everyone as its property. So you're being prosecuted by the state for your infringement of its property. That is the logic of the state. Does that make sense?
Sure. But
Yeah, like sorry, like I don't want to be disrespectful to you. You're trying to put me in a
no,
in
I'm
a
trying to get
pro
clarity. I'm
rape.
trying to get clarity about what's written
Okay,
in your
I'm
book.
yeah. I want to.
I'm asking you questions about what I read
No,
because I
I'm
want
with
to
you 100.
know
percent
exactly what your
You want
stance
to
is, right?
understand
You
my
have another
position. You want
chapter
to
in your book.
understand
Hang
my
on, hang
position.
on, hang on. You have another chapter
Sorry.
in your book about brown
Yeah.
beta males. You use the word beta male
Let's
throughout the
talk.
book. So I assume you consider yourself an
Sure.
alpha male, right? Is that part of the idea here?
No.
No, but brown people, they're beta males.
Okay, bro. So that chapter was written by Indians about their own specific cultural issues.
You stand behind that message
That what my boy
that
Varun
that
wrote
brown
about his
people
own.
are beta males.
I didn't.
You have
Whoa,
a
whoa, whoa,
chapter
whoa,
in
whoa,
your
whoa,
book called
whoa.
"How to Stuff Your White Meat into Asian Girls" or something like that.
Sure,
So, what?
sure, yeah.
Let me tell you. I'm gonna give you one chance here. What is your intention with this book? What's your message? Tell me. Tell me in plain words. What's your
What is
message? Because your book is
what's my
racist,
message?
homophobic,
Please.
transphobic. It is hateful towards women. It is literally the most disgusting shit I've ever read in my life. So I'm going to
Okay,
give you
thank you.
one chance right now. Tell me in your words, you want something, you want to clarify something, or are you going to stand behind the words in your book?
Well, how do I phrase this? I mean, I'm willing to answer, like, how do I phrase this? I'll address what you're saying piece by piece.
Go for it. Let's
You
start with
see
the R
what
word
I'm
stuff.
with the what?
With the
Like
R
give
word
me
stuff. Like with your view that if a woman
with
is SA'd, that it's not a transgression against her, right? So let's start with that it's not a transgression against the woman,
okay.
it's a transgression against the
Okay,
man who
look,
claimed her without sidestepping address it, right? You're an alpha male, right? Come on, get to it. Get to the point.
Okay, I'm not going to sidestep. The point is the state itself, right? The state itself prosecutes you, right? And the state itself prosecutes you under the state's interests.
What the fuck does that have to do with women being SA, dude? Why don't you just say that?
Okay, so why? Because first of all,
that's not what your book. You're not talking about what your book is talking about, bro. You're not. You are sidestepping. So let's do. Hey. Listen. Let's address what your book that you published says. So I'm going to repeat it again. Your book says that if a woman is attacked, it's not an attack against her. It's attack against a man who has claimed her.
According to the state.
So why don't you tell me what the fuck you meant by that?
I just did. I don't know what do you want me to tell you? If a woman is sexually assaulted, the state attacks the sexual assaulter, not on behalf of the woman, but on behalf of the state. That is how the legal theory works. You see what I'm saying? So the state.
No, I don't see what the fuck you're saying, dude. I see what you read, and I see a slimy little weasel that wants to spread hate and wants to sidestep and make excuses and say, "Oh, it's just about the law. It's just you're a lawyer, dude. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Your book is the most disgusting, hateful shit I've ever read in my entire life, and I am going to tell every single person that I meet for the rest of my life about you and your little incel cult. So, good luck to you. I hope. Listen, I really hope. That you undrink whatever Kool-Aid you drank, dude. I really hope you get well. Get some fucking therapy.
I called you.
Get the fuck out of the publishing industry. Stop pretending that you're some kind of psychiatrist, psychoanalysis. You're a fucking lawyer, bro. You don't psychoanalyze anything. You're not a doctor. You're a guy who's published something akin to Mein Kampf.
Okay, thank you.
The group calling themselves Mystic Visions, or the Pillars of Wisdom, are nothing but cowards and incels. They are a hate group. They hate women and they hate people of color. They hate trans people and they hate gay people. When I compared the book to Mein Kampf, the author replied with, "Thank you." They see themselves as alpha males, repeatedly using the phrase beta males throughout the book. Anyone who uses the term alpha male unironically is a beta male. Anyone who goes around calling other people beta males is a beta male. They're projecting. If they actually knew the first thing about psychoanalysis, they would see that. In fact, they would see it everywhere in their book. This entire experience has been deeply unpleasant for me personally. I have no desire to interact with these kinds of groups. I'm making this video to spread awareness about this group and groups like them, because these groups seek to infiltrate and indoctrinate our spaces. Thank you for watching this video. Please share it and help me spread awareness, and I will see you in the next one.